May 11th, 1997. The day a machine beat the greatest chess player who ever lived. This is Game 6 of Kasparov versus Deep Blue, and it changed everything. Kasparov plays the Caro-Kann Defense. Solid, reliable, the choice of a man under pressure. He'd already lost Game 1 and drawn several others. He needed this game. Deep Blue pushes the knight to e4, centralizing with purpose. The computer doesn't feel nerves. It doesn't feel anything. That's the terrifying part. Knight to g5, an aggressive leap that immediately targets the weak e6 square. Deep Blue is playing with a level of aggression that stunned the commentators. Kasparov develops his knight, but he's already walking into a trap. The position looks normal. It's not. Knight takes e6, a stunning sacrifice. Deep Blue gives up a knight to rip open Kasparov's position. The pawn structure around the black king is about to collapse. Kasparov takes back, but look at this position. The king is stuck in the center. The pawn shield is gone, and Deep Blue's pieces are swarming. Bishop to g6. Check. The king can't go to the king's side. The bishop controls everything. Kasparov is forced to retreat to d8. A world champion, running from a computer. Deep Blue pushes a4, targeting the queenside pawns. It's not just attacking on one front. It's attacking everywhere. Kasparov tries to develop with bishop to b7, but it's too slow. The computer repositions calmly. Bishop to g3, rook behind the e-file. Every piece is on its best square. This is what perfect coordination looks like. Queen to d3, adding pressure to the d-file and eyeing the king side. Kasparov's pieces are tangled. His bishop is stuck. His king has no safe haven. Bishop takes on f5. Deep Blue sacrifices the exchange on e7, but wins back crushing material. The position is collapsing for black. Rook takes e7, demolishing Kasparov's last hopes. The queen is gone. The position is in ruins. c4, a quiet pawn move, and Kasparov resigns. He just stops, pushes back from the table, waves his hand. Done. In just 19 moves, Deep Blue had dismantled the greatest player in history. This moment sent shockwaves through the world. If a computer could beat Kasparov, what did it mean for human intelligence? For chess? The truth is, it didn't kill chess. It transformed it. Today, every top player trains with engines. The machine didn't replace the human, it made us better. But on that day in May 1997, sitting across from a black tower of IBM hardware, Garry Kasparov felt something no world champion had ever felt before: helpless.